This to me is one of these classic secret jobs where if they can like maneuver away from the aggression, then they're gonna have a great entry to the game.
I think that's kind of goes hand in hand at this stage. But everybody's super excited about that, obviously. But still seeing some new things, like you talked about Blast from the past with the old OD, a lot of cool combos that they have here potentially. As GH is making his way to the mid lane, has the Avatos available. Will toss back into Weehaw with that Rocket Barrage doing massive damage, and Weehaw ends up getting the first blood as a result. Puppey a little bit too late, but either way, Decrepify wouldn't have really helped in that case.
So Weehaw got that kill, the first blood bonus, as well as the faster level 6. It's still difficult for him to convert it into anything, because like imagine his aggressive play on the OD. It doesn't really exist unless either he gets a gank or the Astral is already used aggressively. But then Nisha needs to make a pretty big mistake to get caught, right? He can always defensively Astral against Call Down and a Rocket Barrage and probably be fine. Just needs to not
going in deep. We'll get the Stormhammer off for the finishing blow. Relatively even in terms of net worth, just because of that first blood.
First blood's powerful.
Such a big difference.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But still, like...
Top lane looks like we're going to have the Hoof Stomp into air. Actually, it was an arrow into Hoof Stomp. The opposite combo, but it works to...
Yep.
I'm sure somebody right now just opened
Tsunami said it doesn't.
Test this out.
That means it doesn't. Okay, it's over. Tsunami knows. Okay. He knows everything.
Thank you, Tsunami. Really appreciate that.
He knows.
Homing missile into the mid lane. Nisha Knife
didn't vanish in
time. Arrow's going to whiff as well. And the Rocket Barrage is more than enough damage to take out that pesky mid laner. But Chronosphere onto 2. Miracle's made his transition over. They're going to find a second kill for Team Nigma. All they lose is that position for Tiny.
And that was the classic Astral yourself into the other target getting arrowed, not Astral into arrow.
That's right.
Doing all of the fancy plays. There is a combo.
Oh, Hoof Stomp into arrow. A lot of damage being applied to Weehaw. Stampede is there as well. Starstorm is enough to get the 1 kill. It's going to be a trade for now. That was Yapzor. Looks like he will find his way to go. They have Sentry just on the end and Purification to finish him off. So it's a 2 for 1, but they do get the Gyro for Secret. So for Weehaw's build, what do you go after Veil? Like, are you committing 100% to the magic damage, or you end up going like some sort of hybrid?
I think last time you went for an E-Blade, right? I don't know if that was the next item after the Veil, or if you got an in-between transition item. This seems like a pretty damn hard game to play without BKB. You have the Omni Knight backing you up, but realistically... Oh? Well, it's going to be a trade. Bottom lane. Zeiss dead to Chrono. They did use both Chrono and Rupture on him, though, so you probably take that.
Yes.
Either you rely on Omni playing behind you, or if Omni is primarily protecting the Void, you might have to itemize for yourself to stay alive. We'll see.
Stampede to set up this Astral into the arrow. Will connect, and that will be the death of Mr. Miracle.
No risks taken there.
Absolutely decimated.
Get him out of there.
Yeah, Nisha looks like he's going to be able to TP out. Mind Control still working on that Atos. That's a couple of heroes that have attempted to TP out. Obviously, the Chrono was forced as a result from the last time around. But once he gets that, can at least have a bit more of a presence on the map here. But speaking of presence, he's going to get Astral himself. Arrow to follow again. Oh, not going to connect this time around, but still will find the kill. Gets off the Rupture for good effect.
He's human.
Make them know that they are able to bleed.
Yapzor is human.
It's true. He missed an arrow. Is that one of those?
Did you hear T Governor before the game that he was like, these guys haven't been playing so many pubs lately? There it is. If Yapzor plays Miran every day, he doesn't miss that one, man.
Yeah, that's very true. But
unbelievable.
In mid lane, Matu taking a ton of damage. Actually going to pop his ult and then die immediately after. Puppey was in the vicinity. That's probably why he went for it, but ended up going for the life drain onto Zai. Arrow's going to connect onto GH. Do they have enough damage to actually finish him off? It doesn't look like it. All they lose is Sven and that... I mean, it's not as long of a cooldown as it used to be for God's Strength. They just smoked. Nisha didn't pop to that illusion, obviously, but used the Astral, so now they know that they're in the vicinity.
Yep. County rinse.
Mind Control also in the vicinity.
Yes, Yule.
Yule into arrow, connects, but there's not going to be any follow-up right now. As a Chronosphere onto just Nisha. Looks like the Blood Right will be there as well to finish him off with ease. And just like that, Secret now on the run. Yapzor has to use that Moonlight Shadow, attempting to TP out. Atos is there. And Blood Right to follow. Oh, leaps out, though. Do they have vision? Another sentry placed.
Nope.
Wait, what? What? They're literally right next to him. Okay, he's going to run right into them.
What the hell?
Yapzor's like, I'll make it a little bit easier for you guys. Although Stampede is there, Atos to follow. Looks like he will finally... No, he's still alive. Mind Control finally gets the right click off. Mid lane is really where the fight is right now. Miracle cleaved down, Puppey using that heal to high effect. GA a little bit too late as they lose both the gyro and the void in mid. And the tier 1 tower as well. Yeah, Weehaw in
it's
the
good
meantime,
if you're casting League, I heard. Let's go for that.
Oh, Han as
Maybe
well.
you would say that in, what's it called? Valorant as well.
No. Maybe occasionally. Puppey, he looks like he finds Kuroki, but
Arrow.
Grace is there. Arrow does connect onto Mind Control. I thought that might have hit the Troll Summoner, but instead it was Mind Control. Gets off the Rupture, getting extremely low, but the
that's a good combo, though.
Chronosphere onto 2 heroes. Weehaw just in range for the Rocket Barrage as well, as Zai is taking the brunt of the damage here, but now Miracle in a lot of trouble. Looks like he's getting Life Drain. We'll have to Time Walk out, but there's the Avatos into the Blood Right again. Matu trying to cleave his way out of this, but it's not to be this time around. Nisha looks like they'll find 1 kill on the back end, and it was Weehaw, but it's a 3-for-1. And Yapzor might be the 4th. We'll sidestep a bit. Doesn't have 1 leap available, but the bash is there, and that is now a 1-for-4 for Team Nigma.
I think it's cool that such an insane huge AoE damage ult has that long of a cooldown when it scales with your... Like, it scales inherently with your hero. If you compare it to something like Zeus ulti, which is more like a static amount. This is like theoretically limitless in damage. Oh, good stomp from
nice
Zai.
foot stomp onto 2 from Zai. Stampede to follow. Nisha gets off the Standy's Eclipse onto 2. Still taking forever to take out the Bloodseeker, but they finally do it along with the Tiny. Now a 2-for-0. Does this open up the Roshan?
It's super safe for Secret because they know Mind Control has no buyback. So worst case scenario, it's a 4v5. You have Sven God Strength running and you have positioning advantage. It's pretty straightforward. It's gonna try to tickle them here, but it's too late.
Ooh, okay. Actually kind of close to sniping the Roche kill.
Outlasting Heavenly Grace, then your OD and your Sven should be expected to take over the fight eventually. So 40% damage reduction in that Stampede is really good. It's a 4-second duration. It's about the same as Chrono, so you can limit that. GH! Whoa!
Yeah, you might be in trouble here. He gets cleaved down very easily. Zai with a nice hoof stomp initiation. Kuroki trying to get off the GA, but that cast animation is too much for him. Does have buyback available as Matu pops that BKB. Rupture was expended onto Zai in the backside here as Weehaw will get Stormhammer to the face and right-clicked for the win. So double buyback for Nigma despite losing Weehaw. So now it's a 5 versus 4. Matu's just going to focus on the tier 2 tower. Zai finds Miracle. Hoof Stomp is there into the arrow. Do they have the follow-up damage is the question. Stormhammer, not going to be there.
And the follow-up wasn't really there. They didn't get a Chrono off from it. They didn't get a Blood Right combo with it. They didn't get any gyro spells off. So they just fed away a Tiny. He bought back, but they already lost Kuro. And now they need to make something out of this. They'll find a little Pugna.
A little bit of Pugna there. No need to get off the Astral Spirit. Yeah, this would be really big, but Kuroki can only chase with these BKB, 2 levels of degen aura. Sad times for him, but GH blinks in.
Let's say Chrono him.
Into the Chrono, into the air, just like you were talking about, Cinderin.
He's fine.
Pops that BKB, gets the Astral off onto the Void. Still has Sandy's Eclipse to work with. Has 8 stacks right now of the charges. Miracle attempting to run away now, but Matu looks like he'll be chased a little bit here, but the damage applied to OD is out of control. They're going to be able to find that kill with ease. It's a 2-for-0 now. All said and done. Matu attempting to TP out. Will be successful with that BKB. Homing missile on its way for Yapzor. And with GH here, that's going to be another easy one.
He was not fine.
A little bit of turnaround here.
Uh-oh.
And Zai, Atos into homing missile, into call down as well. Puppey might be keeping into his potential death. Gets off the Decrepify on himself, but it's going to take extra damage as a result. Will die shortly after. And now Zai looks to be next on the list. Secret are just crumbling all of a sudden. Still the tier 1 is up. Likely they'll be able to get that, although it's very healthy at the moment. I don't know if I told you this, Cinder, other than the other 1,000 times, but when it did stun, I was ranked 6th in the world on Centaur for like 5 hours.
Yeah, that's because you were the one who played most Centaur games in those 5 hours.
That is correct.
He is dead.
He is dead indeed.
Oh, here comes Superman.
Buyback. Superman indeed. Is that enough to actually take out Kuroki? It is easily. Pops the BKB, but he's ruptured right now, so has to stand in place again. So it's a 1-for-1 with the buyback on the Puppey.
They should be looking for it. They know this is happening. They don't have a smoke though, so it's kind of difficult to get the jump.
Is ending kind of soon here.
Maybe they will get cold feet.
I don't know if they can actually get this. GH.
He has no buyback.
He's going to get decimated. All right, that should open it up quite a bit. Although this will be a slower Roche, so they don't really have that much damage now. Cheese is available as well.
Yeah, I assume you give that one to OD then. Oh, Puppy life drained so hard that he got visible to Bloodseeker.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that works. I'm sure they're going to try to make that work a little bit better this time around. Miracle still has a DD, just hit level 20.
This is an unexpected smoke, by the way.
Chronosphere on to Nisha.
Really nice.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't have Aegis, honestly. That would have felt like a waste, because he would have died twice, almost certainly.
Yeah. That's such a good play call, because you still have a dead Tiny, but you have some key information. Zai showed bottom to push out that wave, and you see the OD and you know it doesn't have Aegis, so you just immediately just bull rush him.
Fight this. There's no buyback available.
Really good E-Blade.
He's going to get hook stomped again. Double stun, enough to take out that pesky Omni Knight. And there's a Stormhammer again onto Miracle. Does he actually have enough damage to finish off Miracle? Doesn't look like it, but he will have enough to take out Weehaw. So a beautiful fight for Secret, despite being one man down from the beginning of this fight. But they knew that Chronosphere is down, of course. Mind Control forced out the BKB. YapzOr pursuing. Very little mana to speak of. And is successful in the TP that he had for a long time already, which is the Dragon skill. I find that kind of interesting.
That is very interesting. I don't want to think too much about that. I don't think it makes very much sense.
I just like bringing up neutral items as OD gets the Astral off. I bring up Fated Brooch literally every time. It looks like this will be an easy one onto Weehaw. And they will find him. And actually going to use the Mirana ult in tow. Matu. Stormhammer not going to connect this time.
But him picking up Dragon Skill when he just did seems... I don't know how much to read into that. He's like, I'm dying. What do we have to keep me alive?
It's always interesting.
I mean, there is a Craggy coat, so you should probably
deep inside the base is Matu. Buyback is available for Weehaw. Matu still has the BKB and Aegis, of course. Has a full Satanic as well. Chronosphere now on to 3. They're going to be able to take out Pugna very easily. Gyro buys back in the game. Nisha pops the BKB on the backside. Centaur actually uses his ult while ruptured, but will be fine for now. Miracle continue to get right click. Arrow connects into the Sandy's Eclipse and double edge. That is enough to take out Miracle. 80 seconds on the deck. Meanwhile, Matu continuing to do so much damage on the backside. He is 1v3ing right now while his team is attempting to take racks. Matu still with the Aegis, by the way, but he is the building taker. Yeah, into the literal fountain goes. He will drop, and the Aegis expires during that. Oh my lord. Typical Matu style. You love to see it, depending on your perspective, of course. I
don't know. I hope Valve don't get sued.
Oh, that's why you brought it up. I see.
No, it wasn't actually. No, it's just. I don't know what the word is. It's one of the crazier items in a way. Oh, they found Matu.
Jump in with that Chronosphere.
It's gonna get saved. So, this is not a good engage from Nigma.
For now.
This can't possibly be good.
Completely wrong side of the river right now. He's just getting right click down very easily. Matu still has the BKB as well. GA is gonna be popped, but Tiny just gets cleaved down easily. Nisha in the meantime pops the BKB. Still has the cheese. Arrow's not gonna connect, and now Nigma on the run. GH buys back into the game. Zai has already used the Stampede. Matu just getting healed from the backside. Puppy with the Aether Lens can stay from a distance. Bloodright looks like it'll connect. Matu has to pop the Satanic in addition. Actually has the Leveler in his inventory as well. Sandy's Eclipse is there. Is this going to be enough to take out anybody right now? As GH bot back into the game. Miracle, a lot of damage mitigation now, but he's getting right click from Nisha on the backside. But they do find the Sven, and Nisha looks to be next.
Yes,
no
cheese.
Sandy's Eclipse. Pops the cheese, but he's completely outnumbered right now. YapzOr trying to jump in. Kuroki saving mind control again. Zai trying to help his teammate. And Nisha continuing to right-click. Weehaw staying alive throughout all of this. Pops the E-Blade on himself, but Puppy finally gets that kill. Miracle looks to be next. So Secret starting to come back in this fight despite losing Sven relatively early on. It's a 1-for-3 if you want to count that buyback onto GH.
That's such a nice Minotaur Horn usage as well. I don't think Nigma accounted for that at all. That Nisha has that item, so when BKB is down, he has another save. And use that horn to stay safe again. And yeah, now it's bad.
Is now level 25 for Mr. Sven. How big of a boy is he now? How obese is Sven Cinderin? Has the DD. It's because he's
switched from supersized to big meals.
Big meal. Oh my. So this is a refresher shard. See if they end up putting this on Sven or not.
Backpack for now. It is really good on him. It's double Satanic BKB and GDS.
So stomp initiation, but there. Oh, the arrow connects after the fact. He's in a lot of trouble. Matu
God.
just destroys Kuroki.
Refresher.
And another Stormhammer to finish off a couple more. 3 dead in the blink of a freaking eye. Now Miracle all alone. Gonna have to dodge that arrow. Gets Stormhammered from the backside. There's the hoof stomp, and there is the damage as Secret. What a fight.
And again, find Omni, kill Omni. Kuro just, he can't get caught by Sven ever in this game. That's just no way. And he did. And then he's dead.
Save that God Strength with that Refresher Shards. GG's are called. I mean, with this leveler intact, they take these buildings so freaking fast. As GG is called. So game 1 goes to Secret. And we talked about how the OD was a bit of a, I mean, it makes sense, but we just don't see it as often anymore. And it's kind of cool that it worked out quite well for Secret as a result.
They have so much ground targeted stuff that the Slark, even when he goes into Shadow Dance, he is not going to feel safe at all.
Yeah, actually, everyone has something.
Yeah.
Damn. Yapsor got really kill horny for that Slark. I don't like that was not happening. But he dove really deep and got totally out of position. Just some really good footwork to get him out of trouble there. Skewer again into Kuro might die here actually. I think he's
the
dead.
tier 1 tower. Fairy Fire is not going to be enough likely. A couple more right clicks and Matu gets the first blood. I was going to mention how somehow it's like a 50-50 chance every cast that you somehow make things sexual. Puppy level 2 still has that skewer available. Weehaw. Level 5 with GH.
Oh, this is a
right
good
behind.
haste
They're going to
rune.
leap in. It actually blocks in GH a little bit, looking for an arrow. Will connect onto Puppy, but they have their sight set on Yapsor, looks like. But Puppy's going to skewer out to relative safety right now as Matu gets off the Stormhammer. They will find Rubik in the end. A lot of diving going on with that
kill.
haste.
This is not.
That.
That's not that good. 1 Rubik, and it cost Viper, I want to say a full wave. He might be getting a lot of it in his tower now. Maybe it wasn't that bad, but yeah. Oh, Puppy's even going to steal their bounty rune just to spite him. If he kills GH now too, that's a good position from
All right, well, Omni Knight there, just in time.
Actually, a cute play from Puppy. He tried to skewer him into the creep. Oh my god, the steps are gonna... Oh no, I meant Zai. He got him with the last Eidolon hit. He ran over his army. Pull away. And killed GH. No. The issue is, once again, the nature of their lineup, right? If their lanes go bad, the play potential is almost non-existent. Slark needs an item. You need an ATOS maybe on Viper before you can really catch
Mind
stuff.
control just getting completely dumpstered in mid.
Black hole.
Doesn't even have Ravage. We're going to see the Black Hole already expended for Weehaw, who only gets off 1 right click. The arrow did connect for GH, but now he just has to run away. The Exorcism was already used, and the tier 1 tower already dead.
But what's the play? Is it to farm up the ATOS and then make it, or are you desperate already to start diving? He is going to go on Zai here between the towers, but now he's super exposed. He's horribly out of position, and they're just going to TP in.
Gets off the Spirit Siphon. Puppy is here from the other side as well. Arrow's going to connect onto a creep. The shock, or the skewer, I should say, into the tier 1. Very easy cleanup. Weehaw a little bit out of position, but
it's kind of crazy to think about, right? You're playing into a lineup that has Mag, Enigma, Sven, and they won all 3 lanes. How scary is that prospect for a game?
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Although they do end up ravaging here into the arrow. The Moonlight Shadow set all this up, so they will find a very important kill in the Enigma.
That's good.
30 seconds on the deck. Yeah, Pounce looked like he was going to connect, but just barely out of range there for Miracle. You can see he's posturing. He really wants to fight now. Level 9 after using that tome. Kuroki's still level 5, by the way. So it just shows the priority.
Oh, you got caught in a stun.
But look at the damage. My goodness. And they have the vision for the Moonlight Shadow. 2 dead instantly. Exorcism still up and running with the Arcane Rune activated.
But that's at the risk of this happening. So you kind of have to
Yes,
go back.
indeed.
Good arrow.
Exorcism
Very good arrow.
Matu still stunned here. Has God's Strength, of course, and the 10-second BKB is available as he starts working on his Aghanim Scepter. He's going to pop that ult now. Weehaw smoked up. Looking for potential initiation.
The dagger on Tide could be big.
Blink Ravage, there it is. Onto all 5 members of Secret. Matu, in the meantime, is going to be helped out with this Black Hole. They're going to take out the Tidehunter pretty much right away as the Aegis still on the ground. Nisha able to pick it up just at the last second. Weehaw melts, and Secret are just overrunning Nigma despite the amazing initiation from Mind Control. It matters not, as I believe Zai has a Blink Dagger coming, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed. So now they have the double bubble initiation with the RP Black Hole, both with Blink Daggers. Miracle has the double damage, of course. Diffusal is there. Telekinesis, they catch him off guard. Look at the layering, beautifully done from Secret. perfect initiation, perfect layering, no time to Dark Pact anything off.
I think the best solution is Stormhammer talent goes to level 20, and the Stormhammer cooldown talent goes to level 15, and then it's -3 instead of -5. I think that's enough.
That's enough.
That's a really big nerf,
okay,
in my opinion.
I mean, I'm not saying that's not a big nerf, but okay. As Weehaw, looks like he'll be found out here from... Oh my, okay, well, that just happened. In the meantime, though, Zai surrounded, the Yule's into the arrow. It looks like Nigma will be able to get a trade of sorts. I was going to say, in addition to like the talent thing, I was thinking that as well, but I think the only thing with a larger cleave is Kunkka, if I'm not mistaken. It's the only one I can think of, at least, off the top of my head.
I think so.
Secret,
and that's one hit.
Yep. Tier 2 tower at half health already. Mind control available with that blink. Ravage is going to connect onto 2.
Nice.
Matu is done. No Aegis. It is on Nisha right now. Might have to expend it here, though. He's just going to get right-click down relatively easily from Nigma's perspective. And on the side, oh, Puppey gets scanned out. They know that he's in this vicinity. They're going to jump back in. BKB pop by Nisha along with the Exorcism. No buyback onto Sven. They're fighting 4v5. They're very confident right now. As Zai, still alive right now, as Yapzor continuing to try to run away. Took the arrow. Not exactly what he's probably looking for there, but either way, it'll be a 2-for-1. Nigma trying to continue the chase here. Arrow's not going to connect from the backside. Miracle pops the drum. Zai blinks away to safety. If they can find one more kill, this will be huge. Diffusal Blade, but there's the Atos to cancel that TP. So a very big kill onto Zai, and of course, earlier Matu.
Blink Ravage into Arrow, and it's hard for Puppey to make a counterplay there. That's something that Secret's lineup doesn't have. It doesn't have a save. So the counterplays that they have are these big ults. Oh, Nisha. Wanted the bounty, they're ready.
Kill. Arrow gonna be dodged thanks to the Yule. Skewer out. Looks like it's gonna be the death of Puppey. Matu's there to try to assist, but Nisha is mega dead.
All right.
And the rest of Secret have to get the hell out of Dodge right now. Yapzor continue to get chased. I don't think...
Yule here.
Oh, that was actually a really good tree, but they're gonna set this Yule's up into the arrow, and that is another death in favor of Nigma.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen this last game.
Definitely a good way to get back into the game is Kuroki. Purification keeps him healthy for now. Yeah,
right. Just long enough for his teammates to get key spells off.
Right.
It could be a thing.
Yeah. Well, Miracle has the Scotty now, but no buyback to speak of. GH will find Matu, gets the arrow off. Mind Control does have Ravage available. He blinks in, gets it off thanks to that Kraken shell. Sven not able to do enough damage, but Zai with that black hole onto just Miracle. Do they have enough damage to actually take him out? Skewer to follow. They take out Weehaw in quick succession, but Miracle does live thanks to being really tanky right now. And Nigma just needs to GTFO, and they do so relatively successfully.
They don't feel confident that this fight is one they can take, so they will yield and back out. Good play from Nigma to have the right heroes in the right place there so they didn't get caught.
Oh, my control.
They're going to make their own move.
Ravage available. Going for the blink anchor smash instead onto Zai. Zai with the black hole, but it looks like he's going to get bursted down before he can even use any spells. BKB pop by Matamba Man. In the meantime, buyback now into the Enigma. There's Superman coming into the low ground. Weehaw gets stuck, attempting to get chased. Oh my god, gets two-shot, double crit for Matu, destroys him. Buyback is available. Looks like the Omni Knight will use it instead. Ravage still online, but didn't really find a good opportunity. So a 3-for-1, 2 buybacks for Nigma.
He's Viper struck, okay? He gets to hit twice there, and they're both 1500s. Oh my god, that's so dirty.
Maybe the next nerf is to Daedalus instead. Who knows? Miracle?
Reaction?
Be able to Dark Pact off. Oh, there's a Stormhammer follow. Ravage saves him for now. The GA as well, as now the right clicks commence, but Puppey gets the RP, but its Dark Pact is off immediately. Zai looking for the black hole. Still trying to find a good one here. Is Miracle finally taken on the backside, but there's the black hole completely canceled after half of a second of use. Weehaw after the buybacks. Enigma has to be really careful here. They're going to lose their Viper and Slark. They do get the Sven.
Oh, MC actually chased him down, yeah.
Prize. An arrow does connect.
A lot of the times this can happen when you have a lineup with too many of one thing, like these big AoE ultis, is that you want to use them effectively in conjunction with each other, and that was not clean, but the raw positional advantage just worked out in their favor regardless, and they got it done with the Sven Eggs.
Kuroki lived, but just barely. And actually might cost Zai his life. In fact,
It definitely will. Yep.
Okay. A little bit misjudged there for Secret. This would be a big take. Sven is up now. They know that Enigma's down and no black hole.
They're gonna try RP 20 seconds, Exorcism 40 seconds. Sven has the package. That's a dead Mirana.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Insta buyback.
Very tasty delight.
They don't have the damage. Nigma don't have the damage to kill Roche, but this DD's good. Instant Yuled off.
Yeah, and Atos. Not scaring Matu into using that BKB, but there comes the initiation with that ultimate BKB to dodge the Ravage. Mind Control now on the run. The right clicks will commence. The miracle, the cleave. Daedalus again coming to help Team Secret as Matu continuing the pressure now into Weehaw, as this should be a freebie Roche for Secret.
Oh, for sure. They have Exorcism too.
In your favor.
Good arrow.
But
they're just gonna wait.
So this is the Aegis and the Cheese. Matu will take the Aegis this time around. But this looks to be a free Rax for Secret.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Matu still with Aegis, Nisha still with Cheese. Now the question is, will they go further? There's a bottom Rax available to take. The initiation onto Weehaw. He's dead. And I know he doesn't have buyback. They assume that Slark does not, since he hasn't bought back yet. And Matu actually pops the ult just to ensure that this Rax goes down. Might even go for Throne here. They cannot go for Megas. Tier 2 still available at the top lane. Exorcism, of course, down for another minute or so. Mind Control does have Ravage, so there's the buyback onto Slark. Matu not able to completely finish off that tier 4, but the Siege looks like it'll aggro onto Miracle, but will likely go down anyway.
And this really comes back to what the panel was talking about. I was having the same thought after game 1. Is it really, when Secret prioritizes like this, is it worth first picking Omni when Sven is in the pool? Can't you take the Sven and then they don't want Omni and then you take Omni? Because we're kind of seeing the repeat of game 1 here. Matu, he has Aegis.
Yep, still has Aegis.
That's a terrible RP.
Was used, but the Kraken Shell dispels it pretty much immediately. There's the Zai Black Hole onto just Miracle, but it should be enough for the kill, and they know he doesn't have buyback, and that should be the beginning of the end for Team Enigma in this series. 5 versus 3, they're going to continue on. Weehaw looks to be next. We'll get Viper struck by Rubik himself, and down he goes.
And even if that RP didn't work out the way Puppy hoped, he still sets the tone of the fight. They get in, they get vision on the Slark, and that's all they need. Yeah. They just need to see the Slark. He ended up RPing one Tide who was invisible and instantly Krakened, and it just didn't matter. This game is over.
GG is called. Mind Control with a victorious Ravage, although it's in defeat, so maybe not so much. As Secret 2-0 their way to victory for this series, and again, in terms of the standings, this makes it a little bit more interesting in terms of the top 4. Both teams still in the top 4.